What's up boys, Sick Vigo's back. In today's video I'll talk exactly about how you can actually sell Seiko mods, because the Seiko mods everyone knows that is promoted on their For You page, on their Instagram, on their Facebook. These watches come with legal issues. I've fixed this exact issue and made the whole Seiko mod scene even more profitable, and in today's video I will break down exactly how you can copy this exact mechanism and where exactly you find the supplier for these exact watches that you can actually sell without any eBay bans, without any legal issues, and really scale this business to a six-figure profit business. I've done this with multiple clients, so there's actual data to be backed up with. And with that being said, let's directly jump over to my desktop where I break down everything in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So we all know what exactly Seiko mods are. So if you're currently watching this exact video, this is going to be mandatory. Don't skip anything. If you're thinking about building a Seiko mod brand and you don't know what I will show to you in this exact video, you will be facing a lot of bans, a lot of issues, and you could even get into legal trouble. So don't skip this video, sit down for the next 10 to 15 minutes and watch this. This is necessary if you want to build a six-figure brand or even a five-figure brand. No one is going to show you exactly what I will show you in today's video for free or in general anywhere on this planet. I'm the only person that you will be able to get this info from, so really watch it. So first off, let's break down what exactly Seiko mods are and what the issues with these watches are. So, Seiko mods in general are known for basically being watches with the NH35 powered movement, which is built by the Seiko Solutions Incorporate firm, I believe. It's a Japanese movement. Seiko builds these movements, and Seiko mod basically means that we take the Seiko movement, the Japanese NH35 movement, and put it into casings like this. So they basically look like an AP chronograph, like a Patek Nautilus Philippe. And there is basically the issue. There are people selling these exact watches without, for example, a logo or with their own logo. And then they think, yes, super clean, this works, I can't face any issues. But the issues that they're facing on a day-to-day basis is that they're basically getting their listings taken down and not able to generate any sales via marketplaces, and even some people face issues with their Instagram pages being taken down, even though that they have their own logo and they're not promoting any third-party logo, like for example Seiko. So there are basically three ranges off of Seiko mods. There are people selling Seiko mods in a way where you basically have the very common design off of the Nautilus Philippe, for example, with your own logo or no logo. Then there are the people that basically sell on eBay with the Seiko logo on dial. You can't see it right here, but yeah, you can't see it right here. But there's basically the Seiko logo. So if you're selling a watch like exactly this, you're doing it totally wrong. You cannot be selling with a third-party name logo on the dial. This is basically you selling a counterfeit. Do not do this. You will get into legal issues. This is not a Seiko mod. What you're basically doing is you're using, yes, the movement Seiko uses, but you put their brand name on the dial without it actually being a watch off of them. So you're not allowed to actually sell these watches like this. You can have the movement, but it doesn't matter. Next thing with these watches, right here, GMT Master 2. You can't be using these types of names if you're selling Seiko mods or in general you're building a custom watch brand. You can't be using these names because GMT Master, Royal Oak, Nautilus, these are all trademarked names that have a patent on it, and you can't be using it because only Rolex can use these names, and if you use it, you're basically trying to trick people into thinking that this might be a Rolex, or that's at least how Rolex sees it. So you're not able to do all of this writing stuff first off. So no third-party logos, and you can't be naming your watches GMT Master 2, Royal Oak, Nautilus, Aquanaut. All of these names to describe the model of the watch are basically trademarked by the big brands, and you can't use it. If you use it, you're instantly going to be banned, no matter where exactly you're selling. So this is first off the most common issue with basically logos or typings that you have on your dial. Leave this fully out. Then many people think, okay, I'm super smart, I use these designs, I just don't use any Royal Oak, no GMT Master 2 on the dial. Which is also bullshit, because what you're doing in this case is there are three ranges of how exactly you could be selling a watch. There's once the counterfeit, which is basically selling a replica. So this basically means you would be selling a fake Rolex watch, which isn't a Rolex watch, but you're selling it as a Rolex watch. you'd basically be scamming people. This is totally illegal and you should not do this by any case ever. Then there's the next one, which is basically an homage. An homage basically means that you're selling a watch that looks like a well-known brand with basically your own logo. There's nowhere saying, for example, Patek. There's no Patek logos anywhere on this watch. There's nothing that basically describes this exact watch that looks like from the big company as the big company. You basically use your own branding. This is an homage. There are big brands out there like, for example, Pagani design watches. It's very well known. They do it, but the issue that you're going to be faced with on a day-to-day basis is basically that you're using this exact design. And marketplaces like Amazon, like Vinted, like eBay, they have systems and AI systems that basically scan all of the products that you upload. I have a full-on list of what on eBay, for example, is being scanned. There is a timeline, what is being scanned every day, a timeline, what is scanned being every month. This is all stuff people get access to in the community. But the issue right here is, even if you would be selling this watch right here, and for example, the regulations in your country say this is possible to sell with this exact design and you can put your own logo here and you're all Gucci. It doesn't work because marketplaces like eBay, they work with the big brands hand in hand. This basically means if you're uploading a watch like this with this exact design, eBay's AI system, also Amazon's AI systems, will scan these exact pictures and then they will be like, hey, stop. This looks like a trademarked watch. All of this design, the whole design of the watch, for example, for the AP, the bracelet right here, the exact structure, how it looks, for example, the dial with the structure on the dial, everything is being trademarked. This basically means even if your country would say, yes, this is possible, you can't be selling a watch like this on eBay because they will take it down for you, because they can scan it and then understand, hey, this looks like an AP, this is basically an AP, it looks like an AP, but this is not AP selling this watch on our platform. So they will basically take down your listing for using the designs that big brands, for basically using the design that the exact big brands have. You're not able to sell these watches, or you're not able to scale this business because they're going to take you down for the logo on the dial. They're going to take you down for using the exact same design as basically the big brands. And this basically is just putting rocks into the way of you actually building a sustainable business that is generating multiple 5 figures every single month. And there are many people out there actually being faced with this exact issue. So please forget psychomods in a way. I'm only saying psychomods because people most likely identify this business with building a custom watch brand. But this is not psychomods. This is just a bunch of headache. Your listing is going to be taken down. You're going to be faced with accounts holding your money, all of this stuff. And this exact eBay listing right here, this is also fully wrong. Please never sell a watch like this. So the fix to actually selling proper watches is exactly what I have done. So I basically created my own custom designs that are being inspired by the big brands while not violating any trademark laws or anything of that nature. So what I basically did is I designed all of my own custom watch designs with basically their own identities. You can see this, for example, looks similar as, for example, watch off of a big company. And we basically have our own strap design right here. We have our own bezel design right here. So this watch is fully customized by myself, and I have double checked everything with my supplier, and he's able to sell these watches. Because you have to understand, people don't buy these watches because they have Seiko on the dial or any third-party logo on the dial. People buy these watches because they love the idea behind having a timepiece that's actually reliable. And we still use the original Seiko movements in these watches, the NH35 movement. So this basically means if you're selling these watches, sure, you might be attracting the clients that want to imitate wearing an AP or a Rolex. But if you actually sell these exact designs that I have designed right here, you will be able to scale your brand because you're able to sell on eBay without any issues. You're able to sell on Amazon without any issues. And in general, you will be able to scale a huge brand without ever facing any issues. And the return off of having your own custom watch brand with your own designs, with your own logo on dial is way larger than selling something that looks like, for example, an AP or a GMT master without it actually being one, because then people will just say, I don't know, there's like a cheap imitation. So what we're doing is we're actually building our own custom watch brand, which allows us to actually scale and see these six-figure results. All of the big brands that you have on your For You page with your watches are being managed by me, and we use my exact designs. So if you're tired of eBay bands, Amazon bands, wherever you have been selling before, Vinted, for example, for the Switzerland people, Ricardo, just hit me up on my IG real quick. It's @SickVivo, and just send me a screenshot that you watched this video so I can actually give you access to the supplier, which first off is having super quick shipping times. Next off is having all of the designs that I just showed to you. We have over 300 owned watch designs that we fully customized. We have built an eBay store where we generated 300 listings with different models that I basically created. And this exact store was able to generate over 10K in profits the last 20 days because we're able to really scale, and we're going to do another 200 extra listings, and this exact store is going to go to 50K, 100K because it works this great. We're able to generate more listings because we're actually creative. We know how to actually solve the legal issues and not being taken down. Plus, we have the best supplier in the whole game that can fulfill all of the orders. He's able to do all of the designs. There's no minimum order quantity. This guy is your person if you actually want to scale your custom brand watch business. So enough yapping about what exactly these watches are, how you can sell them, how you cannot sell them. If you actually want to scale Seiko mods, you can't do it in the way that you see it from all of these people that don't even know what they're exactly doing. You can't build a business around that. What you want to do is basically have your own custom designs that I fully built for my own community, and then use these designs to actually scale because you're not being taken down and are faced with all of these annoying issues. So now the question comes to mind, okay, I have the proper product. How exactly can I build this business so I generate multiple 5 figures every single month? So I've done this with over 250 members over the last 3 years. I've built over 500 stores, and I know everything about this exact niche. And I've built my own unique mechanism that allows us to have a baseline of around 10K every single month by basically using marketplaces like eBay. I will show you exactly how we do it on eBay in a few minutes, and then scaling over to Shopify so we don't have huge amounts of fees to pay on every single sell that we do. Matter of fact, while I was just filming this exact video, a client of mine just got an order for 300 euros, as you can see right here. So things are going very, very great for everyone that's working with me and using this exact mechanism that I will break down in the next few minutes. So first off, we have to prepare ourselves. So in the community, you're getting access to all of these watches. Plus, you're also getting full-on guides on how you can edit your own logo on these exact watches. Sure, you can't sell with basically no logo on dial at all, but what I recommend to all of my clients is basically use your own custom logo right here. For example, this right here, this is also a client of mine. He's using a little X. This just makes the watch more unique, and you're actually building your own watch brand. So what we basically do is, once we have all of the product pictures prepared, is go over to a marketplace called eBay. Why exactly do we use eBay? eBay has over 150 million active users every single day scrolling, wanting to buy products. This basically means we're not like Shopify. Shopify, you first off have to do marketing, then this marketing is being transferred over to your Shopify store, and this basically means you first off have to build an image. With eBay, that's not the case. You're like, it's a marketplace. This basically means there's so much attention. You just have to know how exactly to grab that attention that is already given and then get the people to actually check out. So this basically means we're seeing instant orders. eBay is a safe place because people trust eBay. This means if we don't have any reviews on a new eBay account, people are still considering to buy off us because eBay has safe payments. This means if something would go wrong, people would directly get their money back, which is a huge pain point in the e-com game when having your own store. Next off, theoretical store customers. This basically means all of our eBay clients, we can directly transfer over to our own Shopify store if they're happy with the service and with the product. And therefore, we have a returning rate from eBay buyers over to Shopify from over 35%. Next off, we have a low time invest. Sure, you need around 300 to 500 active listings to see 15K months. But the big thing about that is if you would do everything manually yourself, it would be a pain in the ass, but I've built an AI system where you simply just upload all of the pictures and it uploads everything for you. It does the title, it does the description, it does everything fully for you. Matter of fact, let me show it to you real quick. So when we go right here, we have first off the whole server. You see there's so much value given about ads, Shopify, organic growth, paid ads. We have like how many modules, like 11 modules, systems and scale. Then we have the legal disclaimers for all of the different options. But what's really important is the resources. I have built multiple AI tools that really make selling in general online super easy for people in the custom watch brand, building their own watches, already having their own watch brand. For this exact video, we're only going to be talking about the AI listing assistant. So when we go in the AI listing assistant, we can basically open up this exact link. Once we actually open up that link, so what we can do right here is basically just upload a picture of the watch that we basically want to sell on eBay, then also to our own watch brand name, and then for how much we actually want to sell this listing. And I can do this real quick. Basically type everything right here. Then we generate my full listing, and then it basically does everything for us. It's just loading. What I've done in this exact case is I've uploaded a Seiko mod that most people know with the Seiko logo, with the design, and I have generated this exact AI listing assistant to also detect what is allowed on eBay and what is not allowed. This makes it even more simple for you. So if you're uploading a watch that will be facing issues because it's, for example, violating any laws, this exact bot will figure it out before you actually upload it, so you don't have any issues in the backend, and it will tell you, hey, you cannot sell this exact watch because you're using the third-party logo right here. It's not allowed to be sold like this. And then it also detects right here why it was taken down, what exactly you have to change on your brand. To have changed everything, then it gives you the proper listing. I can also blur it in right here, like a quick screenshot what it looks like when everything is fully done and you have done everything the proper way. But the hugest thing about eBay is eBay gets a percentual share of each sale that we generate. This basically means eBay gets 10% of each sale from the revenue that we do on their platform. And this is basically the promotion. This basically means we upload a product, let's say for 300 euros. It costs us 100 euros to actually buy with all of the VAT, everything. That's basically pricing that I get from my supplier. We have around 6-7 days off of shipping. We tell eBay, hey, I want to sell this exact product on your platform and I want to promote it with 10%. This basically means eBay is not charging you up front. eBay is going to charge you once they sold the product for you. So this basically means you have a marketplace in hand with 150 million active users every single day wanting to buy products, and you can now tell eBay, hey, if you sell the products for me, you get 10% off the revenue, and they're only being paid once the item has been sold. This basically means eBay has to work for you. A marketplace with 150 million active users every single day has to work for you, and once they actually generated the result of you being paid 300 euros by a person on eBay, they get 10%, which in that case would be 30 euros. This means it's in eBay's interest. They already have so much attention on their platform, plus they give you the opportunity that they don't say, hey, pay me up front for me to actually do marketing so you can actually see sales. They say, hey, we do all of the marketing, and once the product sells, and only if the product sells, you're basically paying us. And this allows our clients, with the proper structure that I teach all of my private clients in the community, to see 20 to 30K months by using eBay the proper way alone. Then what we basically do is super big, which no one out there is doing in the e-com space, is all of the clients that bought off us on eBay, we redirect them over to our own Shopify store. We basically outwork eBay in a way, you could basically say. So what we do is we send to all of the clients that bought on eBay from us a notification mail and follow-up mail, you could basically say. So this allows us to have a 30% returning rate from eBay buyers over to our own Shopify. This means if you had 100 clients on eBay, then you would be able to transfer 30 more clients over to Shopify, which then continue buying on a monthly base around 2 to 3 watches every single month. This means with 100 clients, you could have 30 clients on Shopify that buy around 2 to 3 watches per client. This means 60 to 100 orders on Shopify, and we have profit margins of around 150 euros and even up. This means with 30 clients treated the proper way, we can already do 15 to 20K profit months, not revenue, profits. A Shopify store is much cleaner because, as you can see right here, we have different upsells, we can add discounts, we have different options. Everything looks just much cleaner and more professional, which of course allows the conversion rate to be way higher than on an eBay store where you basically have a standard basic layout that everyone has. On the Shopify, we have returning customers from eBay. It's way more long lasting because we can actually retarget the clients properly with email marketing, SMS marketing. We have higher profits. On eBay, we have around 25% fees depending on where exactly you're selling. And on Shopify, we only have transaction fees, which is basically 1%. So usually if you're selling in the range of 300 euros on Shopify, you will have profit margins of around 150 to 170 euros. And if you would be selling on with 300 euros on eBay, you would have profit margins of around 80 euros, 80 to 100 euros if you're doing it the proper way. Next off, the trust on the Shopify side is way higher than just one eBay store with a few reviews. It's just going to be outperformed because Shopify allows you so much more in design, in back end and front end. And I'm specialized on building these exact sites. So if you're actually wanting to scale your business, you can't go around this exact structure, but you also can't go around a good website, because a website is the funnel and I am the G when it comes to building websites. So if you actually also need help with that, in general, just reach out to my IG right here at Sigvivo and I can directly help you. But to actually back up my data that this is not just fugazi and stuff that I have been thinking about, if you've been already active in the watch space for a while, you probably know me. I'm Sigvivo. I'm the only person in the world running a community that actually shows how to build your own custom watch brand. And I'm telling you, if you're watching this video and you're new to e-com and you don't know what exactly you want to do, this is the thing. I mean, watches, you can't outperform it in e-com. It doesn't work with dropshipping, random products anymore. It is watches. Listen to this. In the next few years, I will come back to this exact video and you will guys understand why watches are going to be this big. So you're still early. So for example, Cardi 2K in 4 days. This is actually 2K profits he did in 4 days with around 3.5K in revenue. We have this client right here from 19th of March till 22nd March 2026. He did 4.1K with a conversion rate of 0. With around 70 euros every single day, and he's seeing these results with basically 200 euros invest. Then we have Drix. He had his first 1K month, and this client also hit his first 10K month, actually 1 month after he posted this exact screenshot. We have a UK client that did close to 5K. We have this exact client, he did from March 14th March till 22nd March, he did 8K. Then we have this client right here, he did 3.5K in 1 day by also running ads the exact way that we do it. We have another client on eBay that did 1.5K with basically 90 active listings, 2.5K. And then we also have this client right here. He did 4.1K with basically 16 orders, and he has another 3.5K on the way. Then more 1K days, and this is basically what a normal day off of my clients looks like when they're actually using the proper structure that I showed to them. As you can see, they're just orders flying in, and he did over 200 orders. He's currently sitting at around 300 orders. I've been working with him for the last 1.5 months, and he already did close to 60K. And here you can also see client results in the last 7 days. He did, close to 8K. Very nice. If you have any questions regarding anything about building your own custom watch brand, always reach out directly to my Instagram. It's at Sigvivo. Just make sure to actually follow me so I can see all of the requests. But in general, if you guys have any questions about anything, always reach out directly here. I'm super quick in responding, of course, only if you follow me. And for all of the people that want to take it more serious, I have my own private mentorship where I show people exactly how they can go from 5 to 30K within around 6 months. I've done this with 200 plus members. And we also have a refund guarantee. This basically means if I wouldn't be bringing in these types of results, I would fully have to refund you. Then there's also going to be a link in the bio where you can directly see if you qualify via a call booking. So if that's interesting, make sure to just go on the first link, book a call, and then we see if you actually qualify for it. With that being said, boys, I'm wishing you a wonderful day and see you in the next one. Stay legal and build a big business.